the first AI lawyer.
Yeah, that's
What?
dumb.
Yeah.
What?
How's that dumb?
How is that dumb?
Okay, keep going.
So there's a
What is
company-
the first
there's
AI
a company,
lawyer?
There's a
Okay.
company who came up with this application.
Okay.
And this application basically is going to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And
That's
so
a good idea.
they're going to do a demo. I don't know if it's a demo or if it's going to be a real case. We're not really sure yet. Where the dude is going to be there, the criminal or whatever it is.
The
gonna be there.
defendant.
Yes, he's going to be there with his cell phone.
And Siri just defending him on that.
Exactly.
Bro,
I could not find that.
and if you think about it, law is actually, like in terms of, let's say, US law or UK law is actually one of the things that would be optimized for AI. Because
No.
you have to read through a lot of case law and have a backlog and be able to recall cases in order to build cases, right?
That is true.
So you can feed that into the AI and the AI can just like, and the problem with the AI is
matching.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's every case has its own circumstances, its own set of evidence. So you,
And AI would not understand if this case was more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So some cases were passed because of the
Yeah,
emotion of the jury.
Marek,
AI doesn't understand extenuating circumstances.
not yet.
Well, here's the thing. It will never have its own ideas and its own thoughts and processes. Because at the end of the day, you are inputting information into it. And as long as you're doing that, even if it has its own machine learning, it's what it learns, it doesn't know if it's correct or not.
Sure, maybe in some, that's the thing. I don't think it's going to work for every type of law. Let's say, I don't think it's going to work for divorce law where it's something that's highly emotional, highly charged. But something like tax law, for example.
Kill the children.
لا حبيبي الكلب أنا أبغى نصه فاهم ما أدري يعني.
From the knees.
Exactly. But in something like tax law, for example, something that's somewhat systematic, you could imagine it having, a role to play there.
But that's the thing. There are laws for you to follow, right? But a court case, how good is the lawyer? How good he can control the jury or whatever it is. It plays a major role of how everything is.
True.
Not
It's a
every,
performance art.
not every.
Case in point, Johnny Cochran.
لا but again, not every law case has to go through a jury. There's a lot of different types of law where you have to go through judges or arbitration or that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. But with the highly technical things, I feel it would be able to play a role there. But
Even
things that
if
are
there's no jury, there's someone else you still have to convince.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bro, the fact to know I am now
You are
fooled-
wrong. Law number 9.
No, no,
Yo, my guy, listen.
The
It
fact
doesn't
that,
work.
The fact that I am now fooled by an essay that is written by an AI. I am now fooled by art that is designed by an AI. I will not be surprised to see the day where I am fooled by, a case that is made by an AI. I see it going there. How practical is it going to be? If it's going to be allowed or not? There's also whole other question. Is it going to be applicable in a lot of different countries? In our case, Islamic law is very different. It's not the same thing. It's not as, systematic as let's say, common law, UK common
I
law.
think we talked about this before.
We're not systematic and just built on precedent and all that.
There's going to be a change in all of our lifestyles because of AI. And one of the major changes is going to be education.
In terms of having AI teachers, let's say.
No, in terms of you already have a ChatGPT out there that
Yeah,
can
that's-
do things for you. It might
that's
not be
wild.
100%, but if it's 70%,
So New York apparently just banned ChatGPT from all their educational computers or campuses.
okay, yes, you ban it from your educational computers and campuses, but I still have it on my phone.
Yes, and you do. And you're not going to be able to combat it. Somebody is now working apparently on a software to be able to spot, if this essay was written by an AI or not. So it's
How are you going to
it's a
spot?
highly evolved, it's a highly dynamic
It's gonna be-
scene,
It's
you know?
all,
gonna be
it's
very
all
hard.
BS. It's all BS because ultimately, when you come to those academic institutions, it's all just like the professor just giving it the old sniff test. Like it's like it doesn't pass the mustard, yes or no.
Bro,
Like I'll give you an
At
example.
this point, professors are being made redundant because of video courses you can get
I'll give you an
online.
example. I'll give you an example. In my university, I was told okay, just like preparatory English. I passed it already, but until they processed my papers, I had to take a couple of classes. Just until I get to
مشي الموضوع.
مشي الموضوع. The professor, when I gave him the essay that I was tasked to be written, he gave me like a D on it or whatever.
Okay.
ليش وبالشباب قال you didn't write this is too high level.
I'll take this as a compliment.
that
كذا-
is so dumb.
Okay.
كذا النظام.
Did you not, you could have just asked him, are you not talking to me right now? Do you not realize that I actually am able to have a conversation with
Yes,
you.
Yeah,
but
but-
he doesn't understand that this guy's an introvert.
Yes,
Mm.
and he was a white. So
A white.
He was away.
Oh, that's even worse.
yes, he was a white. Like, oh, monkey man, no speak English.
Yeah,
correctly.
and he basically, so he basically prejudged you.
You're an asshole.
He basically prejudged you.
Yeah, because that's all academia is. It's just like I'm gonna go with my gut.
So
on this.
AI is going to take that out of the equation, right?
Well, that's the thing. You're gonna have a fight between the old guard and the new guard now.
There's less bias, yeah, at least.
Well, we don't know.
In terms of that.
Like we do not know anything. But again, the only thing that we know when it comes to technology is that all of them can be hacked. All
all
of
of it can be manipulated.
all of it can be
everything.
manipulated.
Bro, the videos. Have you seen the videos? The Morgan
Yes.
Freeman one? That
Yes.
is
Mm.
scary.
the new
homie.
deep fake.
Yeah, like it's getting to the point where I'm literally not going
Did you see
to
the new
be able
Nvidia?
to
I
believe my
think I sent it
eyes.
to both.
yes, the fake eye thing.
Yes.
It's
Oh
creepy.
yeah.
What was it
that's dope.
called? Believe of half of what you hear, none of what you see.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. So now it's getting to the point where I can't even believe shit.
So
None of what I hear
this
and none of what I
NVIDIA
see.
created this thing, right? So you say you have your webcam on, you can turn on this feature. And let's say you're not even looking at the camera, you're just looking somewhere else, or you're like this, you're sleeping. It will
Track you.
it will show the image as if you are with your eyes open.
Oh, shit,
Looking
that's
at the
creepy.
camera.
No,
Yeah.
with your actual face.
Okay.
Like it won't put fake eyes, like googly eyes on you. no. No, you will look like you were facing the camera the whole time and pay attention. Even though you were not.
And they're trying.
And looking at the camera, you can read the script off the off to the side, and it would look like you're
reading it to the camera.
Yes.
they're trying to
exactly.
resolve how terrible Zoom meetings are, basically.
Basically.
kind of.
I know. I think this is mostly to help quote unquote streamers because
Oh, okay.
engaging with the chat and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Also,
And speaking of AI, I saw this thing that was random. So this guy was working on a design, okay, an art piece, and he's been working on it for a long time. And he submitted it to Reddit.
Oh, yeah, I
You
saw this.
He submitted to Reddit art, okay, the art subreddit, which basically is people who are actual artists. They rejected it. Why? Because it looks too similar to AI art. But he's like, no, I actually drew this. And he showed them the process. We're like, yeah, we don't care. The style is too similar to AI art style. You should have known better than to follow the style, and we don't care to showcase
How
this.
liberal of them.
No, no, but you see-
We don't care.
hey, no, no, but you see where I'm going with this?
how,
That's
how
my-
caring.
My point is literally, you can't tell anymore if this is real or not.
That's the
This is where
problem.
we are. Everything around you, you cannot tell. In case you can't touch it or like feel it or smell it, then you're not going to be able to tell if this is real or not. That is fucking scary.
All of that is scary, bro. We're gonna have to readjust what our life is. You're gonna have to change the idea of what education is, the idea of what transportation is, the idea of what traveling is. All of that's gonna change.
But saying that also
Hospitality.
opens up a door of transformation. Like we can't even imagine the possibilities. You know the saying that says, like, you can't see 10 years in the future. Like every 10 years, the world changes. Like in the 1900s, you had the radio, and then 10 years later, you had the airplane. Then 10 years later, you had nuclear bombs. Like now with AI, I feel like that growth in terms of transforming how everything has been developed, just like the internet. Similar to how the internet did that. Internet took time though.
Yeah, but the internet is easy
لا, but you know,
compared
it
to artificial
transformed
intelligence.
our lives. That's what I'm saying. Like living from taking somebody
but
from
it's by choice,
1995, taking from somebody from 1995 and placing them in 2015. And just the guy in 1995, he knows that something called the internet exists.
Yeah.
But when he goes to 2015, no shit. Everything I do
But
is in
life
the internet.
still looks similar.
That's not going to change though. Is
That
it?
life still looks similar.
yeah, between 1995 and 2015, there
Yeah,
are
المباني
changes.
لسه-
Human behavior changed a lot.
المباني لسه مباني
خلي
السيارات
بالك-
لسه
exactly,
سيارات
that's what I'm talking
عرفت
about.
الملابس
Everything is
لسه
normal.
ملابس
The park is still the park. Central Park is still the same.
yeah,
They don't change.
we're a couple of centuries off from Blade Runner. Yeah, Abu Shabab. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about Blade Runner.
And you got to keep in mind that
Talk about change in behavior.
Yes,
The
driving,
the evolution of
transportation, everything.
technology is exponential.
It
so,
is.
So what's gonna? Back in the day, you had to wait like 10, 20 years for something that's gonna change people's lives.
What's back in the day?
Let's say
80s and 90s, though, صاحبي.
Okay.
even before. Let's say
That's a
Yeah.
whole different conversation.
now it's like every year is different.
Agreed.
Every year you have something else that's changing how you live your life.
Agreed.
Before Beverly Hills Cop or after Beverly
You know,
Hills Cop?
that's
That's the breaking point.
That's the breaking point.
Before Axel F and after Axel F.
Yeah, before or after?
That was it's interesting. And had to in terms of let's say looking at ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure there's somebody right now literally who went and asked ChatGPT to develop an entire script, right? An entire movie.
A lot of people develop bots. They've developed so many things.
So the creative endeavor itself, okay, is becoming cheapened, A, and B, supercharged.
That's a problem right there.
It's supercharged. If I can smack out a script in 2 days, that's going to take me, let's say, a fucking year to write, and I have a fucking...
But that's a problem. That's a problem.
It is a
right
problem.
there.
I'm saying
the problem is when you're telling it to help you code something, and it doesn't know if it's doing something for good or for bad, and it's giving you the tools that you're looking for.
That's all tools, though, right?
But you
the nature of...
You know how to separate the good from the bad using Google as a search engine, right?
How so?
Certain websites will never show up on Google.com.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you go through certain, you know what I mean?
لا بس
Dark web.
هنا we go through the whole what's it called, Silicon Valley utopianism of freedom of speech, and we need to give access to all information.
Fuck them with that noise.
That's a whole mindset,
But right now, Microsoft is one of the biggest investors in OpenAI, right?
Okay.
And ChatGPT. So now they're going to merge Bing and ChatGPT.
Oh God, stop it.
You know
Bing,
why?
Please.
Okay, no.
I
Because
will never
they
use
think,
Bing,
they
not
think,
even with this.
With ChatGPT?
They actually think this is going to topple Google. That's the idea.